Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.
Great day, everyone. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connection. Hope all is well. Divine Connection is a magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We market with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise bands, authors, pastors, anybody that's doing something positive in the community. So how do you stay connected with Divine Connections? We are on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. You can also follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections, one word, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Divine Connections. So let's go with Divine Connection News. What's going on? So it is June, and we have our magazine that just came out. So go get your copy of divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions and get connected with gospel artists, entrepreneur resources, different events that's going on, and stay in the know with Divine Connections and what's going on with it. Also, coming up Saturday, September 11th is Divine Connections 11th magazine anniversary, and we're going to bring in choirs and praise dance and mimes and quartet, vendors and food trucks. And so we're going to network and worship together and give God all the glory for what he's done throughout the whole year, as well as blessed us with the different ministry resources that he's provided with us. And we're going to share that with the community. So vendor opportunity is available. And for right now, it is filling up really quick. So text 336-338-8903 if you're interested, and we will see if you are a good fit and if we have space for you and your type of vendor. Next on the agenda, if you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial, whether it's for business, ministry, book, or gospel artists, we do that as well. That is one of our services. You can email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. We are also looking for sponsors. So if you would like advertisement and getting your message out to the masses, we have a couple of spots on the show before and after the show where we do 30-second slots, and our agreement is 3 months, so we can help get your name and your brand out there as well. So if you're interested in that, you can email Divine Connections at Gmail, the Divine Connections Magazine at gmail.com, and it's only $150 for 3 months. All right, so we would love for you to be a part. Next on the agenda, the event is out and for September 11th, and you can actually go to the website right now and go ahead and purchase your ticket early. So when it gets here, you will have that already out the way. Tickets are only $12, and you can go to divineconnectionsmagazine.com/events. And we're also looking for sponsors. If you would like to be a sponsor and support what I am doing with Divine Connections, and we would love to support your organization, your ministry, and help us support these events and these other entrepreneurs and things going on in the community. I would love for you to text me at 336-338-8903. to be a sponsor or find out more information how to be a sponsor. And we will have a special guest today. Miss Chris Holmes is in the house, and we would love to share with you who he is and what he does. And first, I'm going to do a little intro for him with his company, and then we'll bring him in. Awesome, awesome. So help me welcome none other than the one and only Mr. Chris Holmes. How are you?
Doing fantastic. How about y'all?
Doing well, doing well. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, and where you're from.
Gotcha, gotcha. So, my name is Chris Holmes. I'm pretty much an entrepreneur who's pretty much living a dream and also love to serve others with his business services, which include for photography, videography, audio, podcasts as well, to bring inspirational guests. But the main thing is to make sure that you have a voice or capture those memories as well. So, guy chasing but also pursuing and overcoming the obstacle from the small town of Huntsville, Texas, Sam Houston, Bearhat Cats, and much more, and just enjoying the journey of the marathon and learning and connecting with great people such as yourself as we continue to give great value.
Awesome, awesome. Great, great, great. So you're doing great things in the community, making it happen. So elaborate, and your volume is kind of low. If you could just, I don't know, turn it up a little bit.
Let me see.
So everybody.
I was bringing the mic close to me.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's much better. So go over again exactly what you do and just elaborate what you do and what you provide.
Cool. So, like the services include photography, videography, audio, podcasts to bring great guests on to tell their stories and much more. And so, it's just helping people pursue a dream or just capture those memories in photo, video, or any kind of format so it can be shown. And so, like doing this, it gives a voice for the people, even for personal needs or just to kind of showcase their talents and much more. And that's what pretty much I do. So, my production media company helps create content for businesses, but also for personal uses as well.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us about your podcast and how that came
Oh,
about.
so the podcast Next Level Thinking came on about by accident. So I got inspired by Gary Vee, not to, let's say a couple of years ago, and how he was pretty much throwing in a lot of his videos during the time, like you need to make a podcast. It's a great way to connect with people, all that, and much more. And so I had a good friend. I was like, well, let's try this podcast thing. So we didn't know what we were doing at all. We were literally in a garage of a car garage, and we just put the camera up and just recorded a video and just hit on multiple topics, completely unorganized, but we just recording and just speaking of volumes and going back and forth conversation. But that was the start of it, and it just took off from there. And so now, like I have a guest that tells their stories. This includes from like strong mothers, fathers, entrepreneurs, authors that are like very young age, like 4 years old, and much more. People overcame cancer and much more.
Mm.
So it's like so many stories. Like you can just like domestic violence and all that. So no matter what, there's someone that's going to be in the podcast you can relate to in some way or fashion.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then with as video production and um, photography and all of that, what's the importance of doing all that? I know I love take pictures. I take pictures all the time. But capturing, memories and things that's going on in life. Just talk about a little bit about that. the memories and catching the moment.
So, like, I'm going to sum it up into this. It's all about telling your story. Either it's for personal or business use, is the same thing, telling your story. It's like when you take great pictures,
Yeah.
everybody has their grandma, like, oh, this is your cousin, your great
Right.
nephew way over there. And you wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for your daddy and all that and much more. Just throw a little humor in it. But, those pictures create a story of like telling the past memories. And the same thing with even for business usage, because like, now we live in a day of social media and content, so I can create great visuals with photos and studio shoots for your business, for like headshots, but not only that, video, because you need advertising video or just teaching videos or teaching courses or just vlogging about your daily routines. People love a story, and I keep going back to that because the story can be your personal or in your business. It just makes it such more inspirational. The story of, like, for example, Michael Jordan not making his high school basketball team and
Mm.
continuing to thrive through. That story is inspirational, and it's those kind of things that make it relatable. So tell your story in personal use or in business so people can connect to it.
Awesome, awesome. So, what are, I think, some things to look out as far as pictures and photography, and what kind of equipment is good to use?
So I got to answer this one kind of cautiously. Of
Okay.
course, of course, you have the expensive cameras, the DSLR, and mirrorless, and much more. But being completely honest, so I can open up the opportunity for everybody, is that you can actually just start off with your phone. Like,
Right.
honestly. And
Yeah.
a lot of people underestimate. There's a lot of technology behind these smartphones that make a lot of impressive specs and all that. And
Hmm.
you have now all the applications like Lightroom and Photoshop is now downloadable into an app. So you can
Hmm.
take a photo with your smartphone and then just use those applications in the same, like Adobe Suite or whatever kind of software. It's not necessarily to
Right.
that, and edit it to your needs so that you can get what you want. And then you can even edit videos. And there was, I think it was a Bentley commercial where they shot it with a smartphone. And this is a
Mm.
professional, uh, uh, like, main manufacturer. Shot it with a smartphone. They
Right.
edited it with the applications on the phone and put it up there, and it was broadcast on TV. And now you have people making even films with these. So if you have to
Right.
start, use your smartphones. And actually, there's no limitation to it. If you can get the bigger equipment, get the bigger equipment, but don't allow equipment to be a limitation of stopping you from actually creating the content or whatever your imagination happens. Because a lot of times, what happens is people get a little insecure, a lot of fears kind of going through their head because they see this person with this big camera and think they can't do it.
Hmm.
No, you can do it. Start. There's plenty of YouTubers who started with even worse cameras than this, and they kept it up there because it shows their story.
Hmm. So, what are some things that we look at as far as when we are recording? I know, like light, having a nice background. Give us some information about that.
So there's a lot of different things. Again, I'll start off. The main thing is to push out the content because I don't want people to not push it out because they don't have the lights and all that. But
Right.
on the details, lighting is a big part of it. Also, you have audio. I'm using my headphones right now
Yeah.
because I'm always on the go. But sound is a big thing when it comes to a video production, along with lighting, different angles. Multiple camera angles can add a little bit more depth into it to kind of give it a little bit of more of a interactive thing because even when you see movies and films like the certain angles and then when they switch them back and forth you feel like you're part of the scene and much more, and they
Mhm.
even do that on a lot of TV shows. You see, like, you may have the main master shot at a wide angle and then when that certain person talks it zooms particularly onto that person. So it's a lot of different things you can do with camera angles, effects, and much more when it comes to production. And then on top of that, it's constantly ongoing because now we have VR right around. Well, I'll say now, and just kind of constantly innovating. So technology is always going to be pushing these kind of things when it comes to media production.
Awesome. So, what is some maybe good software or some apps?
So
Um,
there's a huge amount of them. Of course, the most probably a popular one is the Adobe Cloud, but you have so many different ones because that has a whole suite. But you have a lot of free software that you can use to start well with, even if because if you don't have the budget, you just use Google to your advantage and look up these softwares. A lot of people underestimate. I think it's iMovie that has on the iPhone, so you can even
mhm,
use that to get
mhm.
things going. It just pretty much comes up to your creativity when it comes down to it. Find one that is where you can pretty much push your creativity because each of these applications has different interfaces. I can use Photoshop and give Photoshop to somebody else, and they say that what the heck is this? I'm confused. So find one that works for you, and if that works for you and your niche, keep with it and keep going. If you want to learn another one, take the challenge on.
Awesome. Anything else you want to share that may give some people some insight about photography, videography, telling your story?
I like that. The main thing is telling your story, but when it comes to like getting better, I will say just continue shooting. When it comes to this, it's don't forget it's an art form. Photo, video. There's going to be a lot of different styles. There's going to be a lot of people, ways that people do certain things. It's just not just one solution.
Right.
And I'll say this ahead now, just because one person may not like your work, don't mean the market may not like your work.
That's right.
Too many people get discouraged because one person that may be close to them don't like it, and they just miss out a huge opportunity if they just kept going, and
Mm,
then they would have became something big. So find your style, keep shooting, learn through your mistakes. That's actually how you learn the most. And just like in the classroom, you shoot, you make mistakes, and always ask questions. Surround yourself with people who are even better than you, or your people along your level that you learn to keep bouncing ideas and just stay a student always.
right. Are there some classes people can take? We know we have YouTube University, maybe to learn, some basic things to work some of these softwares or platforms.
They're all over. Like you say, you have YouTube universities all over there. You can actually Google the videos or like actual blogs about it. I still think the main biggest one is your own personal experience because you can watch the video all day, but until
Yeah.
you actually practice, I can watch a video about shooting free throws and shooting 3 point. That don't mean squat if I don't go out there and actually shoot the ball. That's
Right.
it's the actual application of actually doing it is the main thing. So, and then on top of that, a lot of these softwares now are uploading a lot of the videos like tutorials. I like using Adobe, and I'm not just trying to say just Adobe because there's so many different applications out there, but Adobe has got a really good at providing tutorials and step by step guides on their interfaces and to help you get real comfortable with it. And then once you get comfortable with that, you just go to YouTube. There's always something new coming on, and then you have these other companies that add their own kind of thing that put on to their software, which you can
Mhm.
push it even further. So it's an ongoing thing.
Awesome, awesome. And do you have a TV show too, or is that just interviews or podcasts on your show, on your page?
So like I put my podcast on multiple platforms, most of social media. So YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. That's a lot of them. What I tell people is like you want to try to find it, just either search the hashtag Next Level Thinking, or just put Next Level Thinking in my name, Chris Holmes. It's gonna pop up. It's on so many different ones because my thing is if I keep putting it out there, it's gonna connect to somebody and someone who needs it.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. And have you done like gospel artists as well, or different artists?
I lost count. Yes, I can tell you right now. So you have gospel, like I interview a little bit of everything, everybody.
Yeah.
So business owners, teachers, gospel artists. You had like married couples, everything. People like who are good at photography.
Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had to deny the phone call. Let me put this
Okay.
on do not. Yeah, I said I don't lie. Don't call me right now.
Right.
I'm putting this right on do not disturb. All right, I'm back. Make sure you can hear me. Come on, camera, come back on to live focus. Let's see.
Okay. Hold on, y'all. He's coming
Oh,
back.
well, if you can hear me, it's the main thing.
I can hear you.
This video need to come on though.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the picture.
Yeah, because I had to deny that phone call. I was finished this whole
Oh
conversation.
yeah, that happens when you have to do certain things that knock something off.
Yeah,
Do you want to go out and come back in?
yeah. Let me go ahead and go out because somebody decided to disturb me on the interview.
It's okay. I will. Let me see if I can play the. Oh, let me see if I can find that video
Yeah,
one more
it'll tell me, but
time.
as soon as we hop in, hop out.
Okay. Great day, everybody. Talking to Mr. Chris. on the line, and I'm going to show you again what he does. So check it out while he's getting things together. Awesome, awesome, wonderful. And he's back.
Mm-hmm. Back
Awesome.
again.
So we're going to share with how people can get in contact with you. Hopefully I have that right.
Yep, that's my IG. Oh, the two underscores. So yeah, so C Holmes, C Holmes, two underscores is my Instagram. Of course, that's my business line right there. The other
Mhm.
ones, you can find me on YouTube, Soul Productions with the S. If you see that SP kind of tied
Oh yeah,
together,
saw that
that's
logo.
that's 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 mine. Um, the Facebook, if you look up Soul Productions, or if you want to do the username at Soul Productions One, you know, they'll pop it up from there. Twitter, the same thing, close similar to Instagram. At C
Talking the
Holmes.
mic for me.
Let me see, at C
There we
Holmes for Twitter,
go.
and that's the main things. And then of course LinkedIn. So just type in my name.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So he's on social media platforms. What would you say to somebody that's interested in photography or video, like some things that you've learned on the way that you can maybe cut someone's learning curve if they're interested in that field?
Just do it. That's the main thing, because I still strongly believe that action is the biggest thing. Uh, just take it. It's like when going to photography or anything. When it first comes to your hands or any kind of skill set, you're gonna stumble. You're gonna make mistakes and much more. So I keep the photography. You're gonna have the camera in your hand. You're gonna look at this thing crazy. But what the heck do I have in my hand? I don't want to drop it. I don't know what half these functions are, and it's look like Chinese to me. I'm just gonna start
Right.
picking up sticks and just trying to figure it out. But anyway, you just start messing with it. You play with the functions, and you try to figure things out from there. And then from there, you actually start shooting with it. And from there, the next step is look up YouTube. If you need to, ask photography fans. That's what I did a lot, especially in college,
Mm-hmm.
because my major is actually business, but I had a lot of photography friends, and I had like naturally a creative part. But
Right.
I always asked them questions. I said, "Hey, show me that page in the book. Hey, can you print that out at the
Right.
library? Scan that." And it still goes on today, and you continue to learn. Even I just walked earlier, asked photographer fan for some advice and tips. It's just ongoing. Even Michael Jordan had to have a coach. So the same thing
Oh
with
yeah.
you. You keep learning. You never stop learning. You can be at the top of the game, still keep
Mm-hmm.
learning. Because once you stop learning, you're pretty much getting too comfortable and someone's going to pass you up.
That's right. Because time and technology is definitely moving. That's for sure.
And I ain't waiting for nobody.
Awesome, awesome. Anything else you want to share?
That's pretty much it. And just I just tell people, just do it. Stop allowing your fears, any adversity, or to get really deep into it. Stop allowing people that's really close to you telling you
Mm-hmm.
can't do it or give you excuses of why you're not as supposed to. You know your purpose. You know what you are capable of. You know your skills. You know your drive. So stick to that,
That's
and
right.
don't allow anything else to drive you from that path. If anything, stay focused and allow your storms to be your elevation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful. 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 Okay. Anything else you want to share before we
That's pretty much it, unless you want to throw some more questions.
leave? You're young, so you started at how old did you start when you started working on this?
Yeesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I want to be honest, I think my entrepreneurial spirit started probably my sophomore, junior in high school. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it was during the time of MySpace. You can go ahead and laugh. I know it's dead. Ain't nobody having an account. People look. There was a lot of skills I learned from that, from like marketing and trying to
Mm-hmm.
brand yourself, making your page look good on
Mm-hmm.
MySpace. So it started from there, trying to do
Yeah.
my little rap thing and much more. But it went from that to spoken word, writing multiple books because
Mhm.
I'm a published author and all that,
Oh yeah,
and
the
just
author. Tell us about your book.
so currently I have six. Let me make sure I stay on track. On the first one was 100 Testimony of a Young Soul. Next, which was mostly Christian based, of like it's 100 poems of how I saw the world. Second one was just another black voice. That was during the Trayvon Martin period because I felt like
Mhm.
we need to have a voice to be heard, and I felt like it
That's
was
right.
always kind of like chugged in the back. Third
Mhm.
one was Steps to Manhood. It was basically me constantly learning. I'm still learning. Yeah, I said I'm
Mhm.
still learning to become the man I should be in the future. Fourth
Mhm.
one was overcoming uh, overcoming mountains. So basically, that one was like a self help book because everybody has a mountain they have to overcome and much more. Fifth one, uh, 10 pillars of success. So I made 10 pillars, like 10 different things from like overcoming fear, drive, and much more, where people should have like a foundation to keep things
That's
going.
right.
And then the recent one with a collaboration book. The Chip Baker, my good friend, who's the head of that one, but had a collaboration of us all coming together for the
Mhm.
impact of success. So, I mean, it's just like all these and much more is just like a great journey. And each book has their own kind of way to get things going. And
Awesome.
it's just step by step. And that's how you go. Because everybody has a voice. And I
Mhm.
need people to, impact and influence. Says, I'm about to
Yeah.
lose track because so many
Impact
different
and
books.
influence. That's
Influence,
right.
yeah, impact, influence. But yeah, leave an impact and go get it.
That's
So there's
right.
so many different things going on in people's lives, and everybody has their own voice. We need to put it out there, keep going, and and that's what I did in my own kind of creativity.
Awesome. 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 And his encouraging words is just go do it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Chris Holmes. He is an author, a producer, a photographer, a videographer, a podcast host as well. So, if somebody wants to be on your podcast, how can they contact you and be on the and be on your
Well, they can drop some in the cash. I'm not playing.
podcast?
No, all you got to do is just hit me up. I'm on social medias. The number was there. Just send me a message, DM, tweet, because like
Mhm.
my main thing is to get people's story put out there.
That's
Everybody
right.
has a voice. We can all learn from everybody, because I believe
That's
like every person is like a page in the book of life. Even from the homeless to the richest, you can still
that's
learn
right.
lessons within somebody.
For sure that. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing that great information. This is Mr. Chris Holmes.
Yes.
Hope all is well with everybody. You guys like and share this broadcast. Great people making great things happen. Thank you for coming on, Chris.
Thank you
This
for the
is Dolores.
opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. Hold tight. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. You all have a phenomenal day. Hold tight.
Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started.